Good evening, all of you. So, all whoever joined the session, they can mark their attendance in the chat box, and now we can start our session for today's. All of you mark your attendance for today's session, session 5, problem solving session on sustainable architecture course. So Trisha has marked her attendance. I request all of you to mark your attendance, and now I will be proceeding to the sample problems that we will be practicing today. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So all of you mark your attendance, and I will be sharing my screen now so that we can start it smoothly. So screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So welcome to the session 5 of a problem solving session on sustainable architecture course of NPTEL. And in this session we will be doing the sample problems as well as the previous year question important questions that were uh, there in the lecture based on the lecture content of week 5. So all of you are ready for practicing the questions, sample questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So without wasting much of our time, today we will be practicing 50 sample problems and then 10 previous year questions. Total 60 questions we will have to finish. Someone else again wants to join. So mark your attendance whoever have joined later. Let's start the session. And here is the first question in front of you all. Try to give answer to this question. Question first: what is the primary focus when selecting a site for sustainable architecture?
Option C, sir.
Option C.
Option C.
So all of you try to give answer to this question. Join and see who is joining. So all of you give your answer in option B. Suraj is saying option B. So how many of you? All of you try to give answer to this question. This is based on the first lecture of week 5. Whenever you will be practicing sustainable architecture and doing the site selection, then what is the primary focus of yours? So for let me announce the correct answer for this particular question. The correct answer is option C. Tisha and all are absolutely right. That is the location with respect to the natural features and infrastructure. Whenever we will be selecting a site for sustainable architecture, it is crucial to consider its proximity to transport hubs, natural features like flood plains and habitats, and existing infrastructure to ensure minimal environmental impact and sustainable development. That's why if you will be looking out of the four options, then the C will be the most suitable option and answer for this particular question. Is it fine with all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we move to the next question? Or
Yes,
anybody
sir.
is having some sort of doubt? Okay, let's move to the next question. That is question number second. All of you try to give answer to this question also. Which of the following is not a consideration in site selection for sustainable development? Let's see how many of you are able to give answer to this question correctly.
Answer B, sir.
Pardon?
B.
The Aditi, Prisha, Nitya, all are saying B. Okay, so I think most of you have answered B only. and B is the right answer for this question. That is encouraging the urban sprawl, since we know that sustainable site development focuses on reducing the urban sprawl by encouraging the dense development and protecting natural habitats in contrast to expanding cities outward. That's why the option B, as all of you have answered and mentioned, it is absolutely correct. So someone wants to join. Okay. So Harshita, you can mark your attendance, and rest of for rest of others. Here is the third question in front of you all.
All right, sir.
So third question is in front of you. It is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then try to give answer to this question also, like you have given to the previous questions. What should be avoided when selecting a site for sustainable development?
Answer B, sir.
Answer B. Hima is saying answer A. Try to read each of the options correctly and choose the most appropriate option for the particular question. It is what should be avoided. It has been asked when selecting a site for sustainable development. So two, Trisha and Payal have answered B. Okay. So whenever you will be looking for this particular question, then the B is the right answer for this one. Building on the steep slopes should be avoided when selecting a site for sustainable development. Since building on steep slope should be avoided as it increases the vulnerability to natural hazards like landslides and earthquakes, which is contrary to the principle of sustainable development. That's why we don't want to face the issues such as landslides and earthquakes in the future. That's why building on the these steep slopes should be avoided for sustainable practices. Is it clear to all of you? This question is clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we can move to the next question. Here is question number 4. Which of the following is an example of brownfield development?
Answer C, sir. Sorry, answer B.
Answer C is not the correct answer. B is the right answer.
Answer
And
B, sir.
okay, okay. Now, so let me see. All of you have given B only. And C also fine. So this question number 4. Option B is the right answer. From the definition of a brownfield, also we can know that an area with existing contamination or old structures are redeveloped. That is the brownfield development. So B will be the right answer. So can we move to the fifth question without much delay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here is the fifth question for all of you. What is the significance of a 100-year flood line in sustainable site development?
Answer C.
So Tisha and Arpita is mentioning C. Rest of you try to give answer to this question.
Option C, sir.
Okay. So I think most of you have given the answer for this question number 5. C is the right answer. That is, it marks the boundary between development should be avoided. And if you can recall for others, then they can know that 100 flood line is used to identify the areas that are prone to significant flooding events. Sustainable site development avoids constructing within the boundary to prevent damage and disruptions. That's why the option C will be the correct answer for this question. So I think we can move to the next question, that is question number 6. Try to give answer to this question also. Question number 6. Which of the following concept is used to measure how efficiently a site utilizes existing infrastructure? Community connectivity, development density, diversity of uses, last mile connectivity.
Option C.
So Payal and Nitya is mentioning C and rest are mentioning B. So for this development density will be the right answer for this question number 6. So can we move to the question 7?
Sir, I have a doubt. Is it like infrastructure in terms of drainage and all those things, or like other shops and something like that, neighborhood infrastructure? It is related to that.
It is related to the buildings.
Okay, yeah. Then
So when you are talking about existing buildings, then development density will measure how efficiently the site has been utilized. Is that clear?
yes,
In terms of buildings, it is.
okay.
Okay. So let's move to the question 7.
Yes, sir. Answer B, sir. Option B.
So all of you try to give answer. Okay, am I saying kindly? So screen is not visible.
Sir, is it C?
I will be reading the question for your convenient. But as per the doubts, okay. So here is the seventh question, which is asking what is the primary goal of including a mix of development, land use, and housing types in site development. First one is to increase the property values to reduce the transportation needs. Someone wants to join. Okay. So option B will be the right answer for this one. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we can move to the next question. Question number 8. Which of the following is not a recommended practice for promoting sustainable site development? Out of the four options, limiting parking to encourage public transport use, providing access to public transportation, designing site
C, sir.
site far from existing infrastructure, and the last option, option D, supporting alternative transportation methods.
Option C.
Option C, sir.
be okay. Okay, somebody wants to join. So all of you try to join within 15 minutes of the session. Otherwise, it will be very difficult and disturbing for others also. Let me lock you in all the time, and whoever have joined later, they can mark their attendance in the chat box. And for others, let's move to the next question. Okay. So for this question number 8, I think for this question number 8, all of you have given the right answer. That is option C, designing site far from existing infrastructure. It is not recommended as it increases the demand for new infrastructure and services. Sustainable site development aims to make use of existing infrastructure and reduce needs for new development. So can we move to the next question, question number 9?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here is question number 9 for all of you. In terms of community connectivity, what
Is
is
this done?
considered what is considered when evaluating a site for development? Option A, the number of amenities present within the site only, and the rest B, C, and D. So out of these four options, so the C option is the correct answer. That is the both the presence of amenities and distance to them. And all of you have given the right answer only. So can we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here is question number 11 for all of you. I think some typing mistake. So this is question number 10. Sustainable site development encourages the construction of new buildings in undeveloped green fields. It is true or false?
False.
Okay. I think rest of you also try to give answer. That is site development, sustainable site development encourages the construction of new buildings in undeveloped green fields. So all of you are right. Yeah, option D, that is false, is the right answer because the sustainable site development prefers the use of brownfields for redevelopment. As we have known, the brownfields are generally preferred in order to minimize the environmental impact and reduce the strain on the natural resources, rather than constructing on the undeveloped green fields as it is stated in the statement. So it is wrong. So false is the right answer for this one. Brownfields are generally preferred for the redevelopment purposes. Then only the environmental impact or the sustainability can be achieved. Okay, then we can move to the next question. I think can we move?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here is the next question. Question number 11.
The proximity of the site to transport hub is an important consideration in sustainability. Site to transport hubs.
All of you try to give your answer in the chat box. Let us know how far you have understood the concept of sustainable architecture and sustainable development. Of the buildings. Okay, so all of you have mentioned two only. So it is clear also, whenever there will be proximity to the transport hubs, then it will help in reducing the needs for the additional infrastructures. It will be promoting the efficient transportation and minimizing the environmental impact. So two will be the right answer for this one. Is it clear to all of you? Oh, question number 11 is clear to all of you.
True.
Okay, so let's move to the next question. Question number 12. Here is question number 12 again. Adhering to the eco-sensitive zone regulation is a key consideration in site selection process for sustainable development.
True.
Okay, so this is also everybody is mentioning the right answer, that is true. Whenever there will be eco-sensitive zone regulations, then you will be knowing that they are very crucial in site selection process. Why? Because they help to protect the vulnerable ecosystems and maintain the balance of natural resources, which is essential for sustainable development. That's why it is 110% true. Let's move to the next question, that is question number 13, and try to give answer to this question also. Question number 13. Sustainable site development aims to reduce urban sprawl by promoting unfilled development. This is very tricky question. Let's see how many of you are able to give and understand this question. So Hema and Abhishek, they have mentioned B, and Nitya has mentioned A. That's why I told this is a tricky question. Some of you are going towards true and some of you are going towards false. Try to read the question and understand it. Then we will be discussing what is the correct answer for this question soon. Let's other also give the answer.
Option A.
Question number 13. So whoever have mentioned option A, they are absolutely right. That is, sustainable site development aims to reduce urban sprawl by promoting unfilled development. It is 100% correct. Since sustainable site development seeks to reduce the urban by encouraging the redevelopment of existing urban areas, which is called as infill development. So rather than expanding into undeveloped greenfields, this infill development refers to the redevelopment of existing urban areas. That's why it is based on the concept of brownfield development only. Just the word or namings have been changed. It is talking about someone wants to join. I think. Okay. So option A is the right answer for this question. So we have answered option B, Emma and Abhishek and Arpita. It is now clear to all of you. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Abhishek, Arpita. So we can move to the next question. I think that is question number 14. Here is question number 14 for all of you. Higher development density generally results in a reduced load on infrastructure. Is it true or false?
False.
So again, some of you. First, I would request all of you to read the question and understand it. Then only try to give answer, because in hurry you might give wrong answer, and then nothing can be done. So if it is very clear question, then also some of you are confused with option A or option B. So higher development density, what do you understand by higher development density? And based on that you can answer whether it results in a reduced load on infrastructure or not. So all of you, anybody wants to give answer to this question?
It's true, sir.
Yeah, absolutely right. It is true. Whoever have marked true, that they are absolutely right. Since you know that increasing development density means more buildings, more development density means more buildings, and people are concentrated in a smaller area. This generally leads to a reduced strain on infrastructure, as it avoids the need for extensive infrastructure development over larger areas. So higher density supports more efficient use of existing infrastructure and services.
Mr. Sudhir,
Yeah,
I want to discuss this.
yeah.
Like in Pune, lot of development is there in all areas,
Hmm.
and infrastructure is not came up supporting that. So
Hmm.
now, not only in Pune, almost in all cities in India, a lot of jams are there, and structure is overloaded, and this higher development density really not reducing load on infrastructure.
Hmm. So it can be seen in two ways. First ways is,
Yeah, and
yeah.
definitely infrastructure to be upgraded, or a structure like roads and water line, this potable water distribution system, drainage, sewage line. All this is so much overloaded that it is not functioning at all because of higher development.
Hmm. So
As far as academics is concerned, it is fine. But
no, acha, do you want to say like that? I mean to say that whenever it is higher, it refers to the values. When we are defining one parameter, development density, if its value is coming out to be higher, then what do you understand by that? So, if it is having higher values of higher development density, then it means more buildings are there. So you can say there are less load on the this infrastructure. And if you will talk about sustainability wise or other parameters, if you will be considering when you are talking about the sustainability, like you were mentioning about roadways or this drainage, so this is definitely not good way or means of sustainability. But I am just talking about the difference, that higher development density values refers to what or will result in what. So definitely it will reduce the load on infrastructure, but it will be not good for the well-being or sustainability. That point of view, if you are saying, then you are also correct. Am I clear?
Sir, I want to add something.
Yeah, you can.
we,
Yeah,
yeah, please.
higher means it is not like overloading. Wo- like there is some limit for it.
Hmm.
If it
There
is more,
is, yeah, that is the issue, that architects and town planners, they are planning the city now with the smart city projects also. And I have seen in this lecture about week 5, whatever is discussed in the lecture in
Hmm.
the smart city also, like a pedestrian, like a cycle bay, bicycle bay, and like a slow for disabled people, like that, we are almost not finding things. So why these town planners and architects don't adhere to uh, this national building code? Leave aside ECBC, I'm not talking that. But NBC is there. Why they don't follow that even? And why they don't follow your teachings?
Hmm. So for that one, I think most of the people are not aware about the this different building codes, and others who are when we are talking about the small scale the development or small infrastructure or when architectures, but when we are talking about big this architectures or buildings or community, then they might be aware, some of them are not aware, but even in whenever they are doing the same, they will be looking more towards their profit. They are not following it, and also whenever these checkings, regular checkings should be done. Like in Delhi also, these proper infrastructure development was not done, and due to rain, the some of the students who are sitting in the library or the ground floor or basement, some of
That
them,
accident happened.
yeah,
That
that
accident.
happened because
No,
the,
no,
yeah,
now actually question is this, that in this examination, I am confused.
yeah, yeah.
Sir, it is not over like over density. It is higher only, sir. There is a difference between over and higher. Like
Hmm.
the
But there is no over or anything. It is higher. Now in this small land, we are redeveloping and bringing in. Maybe earlier there was one bungalow. Now in place of that bungalow, 4 people is staying or 10 people is staying. There is staying minimum 60 people in that same geographical footprint. So now it is good that roads and transport and school and library and this post office, all these facilities are shared. That is good. But what happens that lot of traffic jam, lot of demand on the school admission also, and so many things. Somewhere we are contradicting with the education.
that is
So
what,
anyway,
sir.
please go ahead.
They crossed that FAR limit. If you use
Yes, yes,
FAR limit, it will
yes.
be fine. Like if in a new layout there was like all the infrastructure was only serving for one house. Like if it is constructed only one house, all the infrastructure is experiencing by one house only. If the
Now,
layout of
now
all
I give
Sir,
you an
sir, the
example.
problem is in policy and nothing else. Because if we see, like there used to be planned or non-planned expenditure in the government policy. If you're not expanding on non-planned expenditure that they used to call, in which they are not focusing on actually increasing the volume of sewerage and all that. Until that happens through policy, architects, other person can't do anything about it. Because if the development density is increasing, the government have to have must have just focus on that increase the volume of volume of every system, like from sewerage to anything. So it's a policy problem, not an architectural problem.
yes, sir. In town planning sector also, most of them are only civil
Architects.
engineers, not town planners or architects will be there. Only very less percentage are architects and town planners are there.
It's a policy problem, not a education problem. Or it's like we are aware, but we can't do anything if we are not
Okay, we
including
can
the
we
policy
can
itself.
we
We
can
have to be in the
continue.
policy.
No, we can continue with the class.
Okay,
Only
okay.
thing is that when we come to policy, I am reading so many policies of Government of India, even the building code NBC. I am not finding any contradiction in the policy. It is the implementation problem.
Yes, sir, that's a problem
Policy
actually.
is policy is every good, every policy is world class.
No, if you
Okay,
see
okay,
that, no,
Sudhir,
no.
let us go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay,
Let's move.
okay, it is the discussion session also. So I am fine, and thank you all of you for giving your point of view in this regard. So moving to the next question, before moving to the next question, I would like to give the concluding remarks for these discussions. Like as Sridhar is mentioning and Abhishek is also mentioning, they mean to say that higher this development density is good when we are talking about in context of villages or the buildings which are only constructed single floor or double floor. There we can make utilization of that one, but as per Sarajji also, it is right. He is talking in context of the much developed or metropolitan cities. So with moving or giving more load to the uh, like moving to the building sector infrastructure development density, it is not good for the human beings also. So I think now it is clear to all of you, and to others also who have not been a part of this discussion, but now I think it is clear. We can move to the next question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you all of you. So let's move to the next question. Here is question number 15. Compact development in highly dense areas like Hong Kong reduces the needs for expensive transportation and infrastructure. Is it true or false? Okay, so I think based on the previous discussion also, it is clear now that it is true. So let's move to the next question. Question number 15 is done. Now we will be doing the question 16. Here is question 16 for all of you. Try to give answer to this question also. That is encouraging carpooling and providing charging stations for electric vehicles are strategies to reduce reliance on public transportation.
True.
Mr. Sudhir, again,
Yeah.
it is good that it will reduce reliance on public transport, but basic purpose of our sustainable development is to go for more public transport.
Hmm.
So this question itself is sort of a uh, food for thought, whether
Actually, right.
So
we are
as
working for public transport or encouraging carpooling. Both are
so
right.
hmm. So as per you, what do you think? It is true or false?
As far as our this course is concerned, it is false.
Yeah.
It is false.
Yeah, and the right answer is false only. Whenever you are talking about the sustainable architecture, then uh, these sort of practices is not prevalent. That is, whenever you will be encouraging carpooling or providing charging stations for electric vehicles, they are the strategies that are designed to reduce the reliance on private vehicles and promote the use of public transportation
Yeah.
and
Actually,
alternative.
bus are elect. Yes, actually, buses are electric too nowadays.
Yeah.
So we need that, charging points or something for that too.
Yeah, so you all of you who are giving answer B based on a sustainable point of view, those are absolutely correct. So I think now it is clear. We can move to the next question. Question number 17.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here is question number 17. The assessment of topography for sustainable site development includes analyzing the contour map and understanding the unique topographic features such as rock, outcrops, or water bodies.
True, sir.
What do you understand by topographic assessment of for sustainability? Then you will be able to give answer to this question. So all of you, okay, all of you are mentioning A only. So A is the right answer. It is absolutely right, because these factors will be significantly influencing the site suitability for development and its impact on stormwater runoff and soil stability also. That's why these assessments are done. Fine. So everybody has given the right answer only. Maintaining the natural terrain, right? So can we move to the next question? Question 18.
Yes, sir.
Okay, here is question 18 for all of you. In suitable site development, you have also known about hydrology assessment. Includes the evaluating flood hazards area and understanding the potential for rainwater collection and use. So it is the whole and sole aim of hydrology assessment. Is it true or false?
True, sir.
True. Okay. So this hydrology assessment in sustainable site development involves evaluating flood hazard areas, understanding the proximity to water bodies, and accessing rainwater collection and reuse opportunity for manage resource effectively for sustainable development. So it is absolutely correct. So let's move to the next question, question number 19. This is also a true false type question. Based on the statement, you can answer whether it is true or false. That is, sustainable building development requires minimizing disturbance to the site by limiting construction activities and managing the construction footprint carefully. So all of you are correct. You understood it very well. So true is the right answer. Can we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here is question number 20. This is objective type question. You can choose any of the option. Which of the following factor is not considered in the assessment of topography for sustainable site development?
See, sir.
Whenever you will be doing the assessment for topography, what factors you will be considering and which one you will be not considering out of the four? So which you will be not considering, you have to choose that one.
Option C.
So most of you have answered C, and option C is the right answer because proximity to floodplains is considered in the hydrology assessment, not on the topography side. That's why when we are talking about topography assessment, the important factors will be contour maps, analysis, slope stability, and the unique features like rock outcrops. Is it clear? Okay, thank you. So can we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here is the next question. Question number 21. What is the purpose of assessing hydrology in site development? Why this is done? Hydrology assessment is important.
Option B.
So it is very straightforward question. I think this question need not much explanation. This hydrology assessment is done in the site development in order to evaluate the flood hazards and rainwater collection opportunities. Okay, then we can move to the next question. Question number 22 for today's session. Try to give answer to this question also. Why it is important to identify invasive plant species? To enhance soil bearing capacity, to ensure proper handling of construction material, or option C, to prevent ecological imbalance and protect native vegetation, or option D, to assess the aesthetic value of the site.
Option C.
Option C. Most of you have answered C only. Question number 22, and C will be the right answer because identifying invasive plant species is essential to prevent them from overtaking native vegetation and disrupting the local ecosystem, thus maintaining the biodiversity, as well as it will be helping in ecological balance. So C will be the right answer, and I think most of you have answered C only. Okay, so it is clear to all of you. Can we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
So here is question number 23 for all of you. Try to give answer to this question also, like you have given to all other previous questions. Here is question 23. Infiltration trenches. This term you might have heard in your lecture videos. So based on your understanding, you try to answer this. Infiltration trenches use vegetation to filter stormwater and retain soil. It is true or false?
True, sir.
True.
False.
So this is a quite tricky question, and the correct answer for this one is false, because each of the term has its own meaning. So different ways have been taught to you in order to prevent soil erosion or to store or filter the storm water. So if you have known the infiltration trenches very well, then you will be knowing that the infiltration trenches use the rocks or the boulders to filter storm water and retain soil, not the vegetation. If you will see, the vegetation is used in different strategy, and that strategy we will be calling as biofiltration soil, not infiltration trenches. So be specific with the words. This vegetation is used in the biofiltration soil, where the plant root help keep the earth porous and support water infiltration. I think now it is clear to all of you. Yeah, while also mentioning crushed stones.
Yes, sir.
Sarajji and Abhishek are absolutely right, and rest of you now clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. So be clear with the words, specific words. Let's move to the next question. Question number 24. Which of the following strategy is used for soil erosion control during construction?
All of the above.
Biofiltration soil, sand filtration, or cell filter, or geomembrane covering?
Option C.
I am waiting for others to answer, because C is not the right answer for this question. So others wants to add or change their answer.
I think all of above.
Yeah, all of the above is the right answer for this question, because all the strategies mentioned above, that is biofiltration soils or sand filters or geo membrane coverings, all the methods are employed to manage the soil erosion and control stormwater runoff. That will be helping, or that is used for soil erosion control during the construction. So Surajji and Trusha are absolutely right. All of the above will be the right answer. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move to the next question. That is question number 25. What is the purpose of using a sedimentation tank on a construction site?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think this question is very clear to all of you. The option B is the right answer. Sedimentation tanks are used to collect and manage storm water, allowing soil to settle and be retained. This will be helping in controlling soil erosion and managing water flow effectively. So all of you have given the right answer, option B. So let's move to the next question, question number 26. Here is question number 26 for all of you.
C.
Consider is mentioning B, C.
That P for earlier questions.
Okay, okay. So just now we have discussed this vegetation part. So for this question number 26, whoever have mentioned option C, they are absolutely correct, and I think most of you or all of you have mentioned the right answer. This is biofiltration soil. It is the uses vegetation to stabilize soil and manage stormwater. So can we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here is question number 27 for all of you. What is the primary cause of urban heat island effect out of these four?
B.
Vegetation in urban areas, changes in the surface material and energy absorption. Option C, lower density of buildings or decreased solar radiation. So for this particular question, all of you have mentioned B, and all of you are absolutely right. The primary cause of urban heat island is changes in the surface material and energy consumption. Is that clear? Or is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let's move to the next question. That is question number 28. How does the presence of vegetation affect the urban heat island effect? Try to give answer to this question also. So what will be the correct answer?
Option B.
Yeah, option B is the right answer. Whoever have mentioned option B, they are absolutely right. Since this vegetation absorbs the solar radiation through process like photosynthesis and transpiration, and which will prevent the heat from being absorbed by the surfaces, and it will help in reducing the intensity of urban island effect. So B is the right answer. Is that clear? Okay, thank you. So let's move to the next question. This is and try to give answer to this question also. How many of you can give? Urban heat island effect are present only in cities with extreme climates.
B.
The So B is the right answer for this one. Urban heat island effects have been observed in cities across the world, not in the cities with extreme climates only, because regardless of their geographical and climate context, the intensity may vary, but it is common phenomena in urban areas globally. So it need not to, your city need not to be extremely having extreme climates like extremely hot, extremely cold. It is whenever there will be hard surfaces or high build development density, the buildings will be absorbing most of the sunlight due to lack of vegetation, so it can be experienced all across the world. So B is the right answer. All of you are absolutely right. Let's move to the question 30. Here is question number 30. The greenhouse effect is the primary cause of the urban heat island effect. True or false? It is
False.
it is good to see that most of you are able to understand the question and give the answer very fast, and you are giving the right answer also. So I think it is very clear to all of you. So can anybody give a explanation for this false reason out of the people who have answered B?
So it actually is not, specifically greenhouse effect. It's actually anthropogenic emissions that we are doing.
Yeah,
That's actually affecting urban heat, creating urban heat islands.
yeah. It is mainly the effect caused by the factors as it is mentioned, like surface materials or increased anthropogenic heat and changes in the atmospheric composition rather than greenhouse effect. That's why option B will be the right answer. That is, it is not the primary cause of urban heat island effect. You are absolutely right. Let's move to the next question. Question number 31. Here is question number 31. The magnitude of an urban heat island is independent of city's geographic location. Is it true or false?
False, sir.
Okay. Let me note the answers of others also. How far they understand. So all of you try to give answer and participate to the today's interactive problem solving session. Till now, how many of you have answered? B. Nitya is saying E, I think. What about others? Here is the question for all of you who wants to see. Is it true that the magnitude of urban heat island is independent of city's geographic location?
False.
False. So false is the right answer. That the magnitude of urban heat island is influenced by the geographic factors. It is not independent of that, because these geographic factors like local topography or geographic location, or if the cities are closer to the oceans, rivers, lakes, or they are at high elevations, then these urban highland effect are less pronounced there due to the moderating effect of these features. So false is the right answer for this one. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here is next question, question number 32 for all of you.
Mr. Sudhir,
Yeah.
you mean to say that with this geographical benefits, no urban heat island mitigation is not necessary?
I mean to say that as compared to it is dependent on geographical location or not.
That is right. So, if the location is helping to reduce the urban heat island,
Hmm.
yes. So, still there is urban heat island because of the locality and like that. So, these geographical benefits will reduce the load on mitigation.
Hmm.
Am I right?
But this will be affecting. It is not completely independent.
Okay.
So it is clear now.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Let's move to the next question. So several factors how they influence the effect of or magnitude of urban heat island was also discussed. So based on that, try to answer whether the wind speed is directly proportional or with the increase in the wind speed, the magnitude of urban heat island will increase or decrease. So based on that, you can give answer to this question whether it is true or false.
False.
Yeah, different graphs were shown showing the impact of different factors on the magnitude of urban heat island effect. Based on that, you can give answer to this question. So for this question, question number 32, it is most of you are mentioning false. So can anybody explain how greater wind speed can inversely affect?
So it affects ventilation,
Yeah,
and just it takes heat from the surface of the urban heat, so it have a calming effect, something like that. That's how oceans and other moderating factors can to reduce the magnitude of urban heat island.
yeah, I'm sick. You are absolutely right. It will be helping us in dispersing the heat. You mean to say? Am I right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
So I think it is clear to all of you also. So let's move to the next question. Question number 33. Try to give answer to this question also. During which time period in the urban heat island effect typically most pronounced?
Option C, night.
So some of you are mentioning B and some of you are mentioning C. It means some of you are wrong and some of you are right. There is some lack of understanding is there. That's why I received two options B and rest of you are okay with C. So C is the right answer for this one. So whoever have mentioned C, I would like them to explain why the night time is most pronounced one. Can anybody explain?
Yes, sir. It's
Yeah.
actually said it's about infrared radiations that actually increases heat in the city area or something. So when the surface absorbs shortwave radiation from sun, it actually re-radiate that infrared radiation in night that actually increases the heat of the area or city.
Okay. So is it clear to all of you now? C will be the right answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think now it is clear. We can move to the next question. Question number 34. Here is question number 34. What is the recommended minimum solar reflectance index, or we can also call it as SRI, for low sloped roof to help mitigate the urban heat island effect? So all of you try to give answer to this question. Again, I'm this question is very clear. So I think again I'm getting mix of the answers.
Option C, sir.
Option C. How? How many of you are okay with option C? So who have answered A, B? Can anybody explain, or they are means they are not able to recall? Abhishek, can you explain?
Yes, sir. Actually, if it is steep slope, then it is 29 or higher. If it is low slope roofs, then the value would be around 78 or higher. It depend on the slope. Actually, it's the lead value
Okay,
when it talks SRI.
okay, I'm fine. So everybody is fine with the answer. For this particular answer, the answer will be option C. For low sloped
Okay.
for the low sloped roof, the recommended SRI is 78, or that is given in order to reflect a significant amount of solar radiation and reduce heat absorption. That will be helping in mitigating the urban heat island effect. So it is clear. Can we move to the
Yes.
next question?
Yes, sir. The glare is also the reason that we do not provide that much SRI on a steep slope.
Yes. Can we move to the next question if you are not having any doubt on this value?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Ati and Priya, for your response. Let's move to the next question. Question number 35 for today's session. What is the impact of green walls on urban heat island effect? Impact of green walls. This also can be given, answer of this also can be given based on the graphs, different graphs that have been shown to you. So whether it is supporting or whether it is reducing the urban heat island effect. All of you try to give answer to this question. So what will be the right answer?
Option C, sir.
Yeah, option C is the right answer for this one. That is, they help to reduce heat absorption and provide insulation. Green walls are similar to the green roofs only. So whatever the function of green roof, it can be similar function. Green walls also can perform, and it can help in reducing the heat absorption by buildings and provide insulation also. And it will be overall contributing to the mitigation of urban heat island effect. So till now, I think it is clear to all of you. Till now, all of you are okay with the questions that we have discussed so far. 35 questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let's move to the next question. From now, from 36, the questions will be based on the fourth lecture of week 5. Here is the question 36. Okay, try to give answer to this question also based on your understanding on the runoff coefficient value. Different values of runoff coefficient was discussed in this particular lecture. That's also try to give answer to this question. Till now, based on your understanding, try to give answer to this question. Then we will be seeing if it is clear to all of you. Then we will moving to the next question. Or else, if somebody is having some other point of view, then we will be having discussion on this particular question. So till now, I think 4 of you have answered. So question is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is the right answer for this one? True or false?
True.
Yeah, it is true. That is, the steep slope increases the runoff coefficient because the water flows more quickly off steep surfaces compared to the flat ones, leading to the more runoff. So, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So, let's move to the next question. Question number 37. Managing stormwater properly can help in groundwater recharge and reducing damage to infrastructure.
True.
True, sir.
So, so this question is also, I think, clear. So, 2 is the right answer for this question. That is, proper stormwater management can help to recharge the groundwater. How? By allowing the water to percolate into the soil and also reduce damage to infrastructure by preventing flooding. So, it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's move to the question 38 of the today's session. Here is question number 38. What is the primary use of permeable pavements in stormwater management?
Option C, sir.
So most of you have given option C, and option C is the right answer. As we all know that permeable pavements are used to enhance the water infiltration into the ground, thereby reducing the surface runoff. So can we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here is question 38 for all of 39 for all of you. What is the goal of maintaining the natural topography inside development? Whether it is to increase the surface runoff, or option B to create more impervious surfaces, or option D to retain and manage stormwater effectively, or option D to reduce groundwater recharge. Try to read the question and
Option C.
give the final answer of yours in the chat box. C, C, C. Am I saying B? So apart from HEMA, I think HEMA again is C. So now I think all of you have given answer C only. So it is clear to all of you that maintaining natural topography will be helping in retaining the stormwater in low-lying areas and enhancing infiltration and reducing the runoff. So can we move to the next question? Question number 40.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So here is question number 40 for all of you who have completed up to question number 39. What does the term imperviousness refers to in context of stormwater management? Option A, the ability of a surface to allow water to percolate through it. Option B, the tendency of a surface to increase runoff. Option C, the capability of a surface to prevent water from infiltrating. Or option D, the degree to which a surface can absorb water. What do you understand by the term imperviousness?
B.
All the options seems to be correct, but try to choose the most appropriate option out of this. Pile is saying A, others are saying C. The correct answer to this question is option C. That is the capability of a surface to prevent water from infiltrating. Imperviousness in context of this stormwater management, it is referring to the ability of a surface to block the water from passing through, thus contributing to higher runoff.
Can we say B and C are correct?
Yeah, B and C are correct, but C, as we will be talking about C, then it is more or less the effect after it will be causing. It is kind of effect, but the imperviousness, I am talking about the term imperviousness, that it is not allowing the water to pass through it, or it is preventing water from infiltrating. Then it will be later on causing the high runoff. Is it clear now?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So here is next question for all of you who have finished question number 41. Urban flooding is a phenomena that occurs only because of construction in low-lying areas without respecting topography, or somewhere else also this urban flooding phenomena can be absorbed. Question is clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then try to give answer also.
False.
Only two of you have given option B. Let's wait for other also to understand. Let me show the question again. So all of you try to give answer. Three of you have given answer. What about Payal, Harshita? Okay, she's saying A. So B, how many of you have answered B? They can explain how, as per you, this urban flooding is new phenomena that occurs only because of low construction in low-lying areas without respecting topography is incorrect.
So the word only, actually that's just making a problem, because it could happen because of just if you do not have a proper management of water runoff in any kind of area, if you do not have proper drainage, then it can also occur. So the word only is the reason. That's why this question, we can opt for question B, option B, false.
Low-lying area is one of the reasons.
Yes, one of the reasons. It's not the only reason, it's one of the reasons.
So is it clear, Payal, now?
So,
Okay. So let's move to the next question. That is question number 42. Here is question number 42 for all of you.
False.
Green roofs primarily helps in reducing stormwater runoff by increasing the amount of water that flows off the roof. Okay, so this is absolutely wrong. So false is the right answer. So let's move to the next question, question number 43. Here is question number 43 for all of you. Is it visible? I think there was some network issue. Let's go to the question again. Let me share my screen again. So this question of 43, all of you try to give answer.
False.
So false is the right answer for this question. Question number 43. The infiltration trenches uses a combination of gravel geomembrane to allow water to percolate down while retaining finer particles, not preventing it. Is it clear?
yes, sir.
Okay. Let's move to the next question. Question number 44. What is the main function of infiltration trenches? So now this you can easily answer based on the several questions that we have practiced today. I think this no one will be able to give right answer. It is clear, very clear from the definition of this infiltration trenches function for stormwater management. Okay, so all of you have given the right answer. Let's move to the next question. Question number 45. Here is question number 45. In which scenario it is more challenging to retain pre-development runoff conditions? Try to give answer to this question also. Question number 45. These all questions are based on the last lecture of week 5. I've received two answers till now. B, B, A. Others also try to give answer to this question. Screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay. So for this question number 45, option B is the right answer. That is, it is more challenging to retain pre-development runoff conditions on site with greater than 50% of imperviousness due to the higher initial runoff rates. So whoever have answered B, Emma, Shishidhar, they are absolutely right. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this session is only for discussion. Try to understand the questions and give answers and revise your concepts and strengthen them again and prepare for the exam. Let's move to the next question, question number 46. Here is question number 46, that is, in large developments, the primary aim of the land use optimization is to achieve lower development densities to prevent urban sprawl. Someone wants to join, I think. No. So what will be the right answer for this one?
B.
False.
So B is the right answer for this question. It is false. The land use optimization, when you are talking about the land use optimization in large development, it aims to achieve higher development densities, not lower. This approach limits the urban sprawl by utilizing the site more effectively as governed by the local bylaws and regulations. So option B is absolutely right. Can we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here is next question, question number 47. Mixed use development. There was one question in the assignment also from this concept of mixed use development. So how far you have understood, try to give answer that mixed use development is not necessary if there is not enough demand for commercial or institutional areas within the large development project. All of you try to give answer. Mixed use development is not necessary if there is not enough demand for commercial or institutional areas within the within a large development projects. So Sarajji is absolutely right. It is false because mixed is use development is beneficial even in the absence of strong demand. Because if you will be performing the mixed use development, then it will be helping you to reduce the need for long distance travel for various needs, and it will be promoting more integrated community and sustainability. Mixed use development need not to be necessary only for commercial or institutional areas. Surajji is absolutely right. So whoever have answered A, it is clear to them now. B is the right answer. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then let's move to the next question. That is question number 48. Next three questions are there. Here is the question number 48. That is, non-motorized transportation facilities such as bicycle lanes and pedestrian networks are essential for increasing the use of bicycles and walking within the large developments. So let's see. So most of all of you have given answer A only. So all of you are right. Two is the right answer. So this assessment is absolutely right. The non-motorized transportation facilities such as bicycle lanes and pedestrian network are essential for encouraging the use of bicycles and walking within the large developments. So let's move to the next question. Question number 49. Here is question number 49. Light pollution reduction strategies include minimizing light trespass, reducing sky glow, and controlling glare. Is it true or false? So in the last session or last lecture of the week 5 session, the brief intro of maintaining sustainable or reducing the light pollution was discussed. So these are where the strategies. Is it true or false? Okay. So it is true, and I think it is clear to all of you that light trespass or reducing the sky glow and controlling the gear can be help us in reducing the light pollution, and it will also help you in nighttime visibility and minimizing the impact of nocturnal environments. That is fine. Let's move to the last question of the sample paper. Here is the last question for all of you. Question number 50. Try to give answer to this question also. To comply with the green building rating systems, interior lighting must reduce input power by at least 50% during nighttime hours. Is it true? Question is clear?
Yes, sir, it's false.
So all of you are okay with false or somebody have some other answer? So can anybody explain why it is false?
Sir, it was called emergency criteria or something, emergency lighting or something was there.
Yeah, it was
It should
there.
be on daytime hours.
So it is non-emergency lightning.
Yes, sir, non-emergency lightning or
So whenever the interior lighting compliance is discussed, then it is done to reduce the input power of non-emergency interior luminaries by at least 50%. It was discussed between 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. It was discussed in the last lecture. anybody is able to recall
Yes, sir.
that for complying with the this lightning compliance, it was discussed that it has to reduce the input power of non-emergency interior luminaries by at least 50%, as it is
Yes, sir.
written.
Which is in direct line of sight. Yes, sir. It was discussed.
Yeah, so it is true or false? It is true. Between 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. So you can go
Yes, sir.
through the last lecture again. So you can be also see this answer again. Is it clear to
Sir,
others?
actually, the question does not mention any emergency or non-emergency lightning. That's why I was confused.
So now it is clear.
So actually, it's not clear if it's true. It must be false, sir, because according to because the emergency or non-emergency term hasn't been used here.
Uh, may I put a point?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, Actually, this is a question related to compliance.
Hmm.
So, when it is a matter of compliance, it is not a specification what it should be. It is a specification what it should reduce.
Hmm.
So, whatever it was before to comply with the green building, it should reduce by at least 50%.
Okay, but in that slide that we had, it was written that all non-emergency interior luminaries. So I was confused.
No,
That's why.
you can see there is a slide, light pollution reduction.
Uh, okay, which one? The
Slide
number of this
number.
slide?
Products pollution reduction.
So the number of the slide. It is in the right corner.
Can you
Last but
mention the
one.
slide number? Then everybody can see that slides.
I cannot say that. That must be last but six. So actually required LPD reduction.
So you can go through the slides again for some more,
Okay, sir.
yeah, some more understanding.
So
So actually, I'm on slide number 20, and it's an option number one. Compliance criteria, light pollution reduction on slide number 20. I can see it on option one that it is written that reduce the input power of our non-emergency interior luminaries.
Yeah, non-emergency also can be mentioned. But
Yes, sir.
Sarajit
That's
ji
why I was
also right.
confused.
Okay, fine. So let's now if it is clear, then let's end this sample problem. Fine.
Yes, sir. Sure. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you all. And now we will
Thank you,
be
sir.
proceeding towards the next 10 questions. Those are the previous year questions, and we will be going through them also one by one. So and finish them also. Next 10 questions of previous year questions. Let's try to give answer, because this was a quick revision session of all the previous lecture of video week 5. So I think this one now everybody will be able to answer correctly to the next uh, 10 questions. Here is the first question that was asked in the previous year assignment, and that can also be asked directly in your exam. So I think now every concept have been discussed and revised. So let's try to give answer to this question also. Question
A.
first. All of you take your time and try to give the correct answer for the final 10 question of the day. Higher is the density of development. All of you give your answers. So Divya is saying B, and all others are saying A, I guess. So A is the right answer for this one. This type of questions we have discussed today also. I think C is joined later. So A is the right answer for this question. Higher density development allows more efficient use of infrastructure. That we have a good discussion on that, like road or utilities, because services are concentrated over a smaller area. So this reduces the overall capacity needed per person, thus requiring less infrastructure capacity. So all the people who have given option A, Surajji, Payal, Hema, they are absolutely right. Is it fine? Can we move to the next question? Second question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, here is the second question. Is it visible? So try to give answer to this second question. So these true false type questions can also be asked, since it is also asked in your assignment questions and previous year also. So this also you try to prepare, because framing of this objective type questions cannot be always possible, or if it is possible then three options will be such a way that you can easily eliminate. So in that regard, sometimes true and false type of questions can be asked. So in second question, try to give answer to this question also. So for this, all of you, let me see how many of you have answered. A, A. So all of you have answered A only, and A is the right answer. That is, mixed land use and housing topologies encourage the diverse and sustainable urban environments. They reduce the need for commuting and support local economies and enhance the quality of urban life by integrating various functions in close proximity. That's why this statement is absolutely correct. Can we move to the next question? Third question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here is the third question. So try to give answer to this question also, and all of you give the answer, and I hope based on your understanding and today's discussion all the answers, now you will be able to give the correctly. Some of all areas affected. Someone wants to join. Oh. So most of you have answered B, and B is the right answer for this question. That is development footprint. Some of all areas affected by project's activity is referred as development footprint. The development footprint encompasses all the land and areas impacted by the project's construction operational activities, reflecting the total area used or disturbed by the development. Is it clear?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Then let's move to the next question, question number 4. Here is question number 4. This also concept of infiltration trench have been revised and discussed again and again. So try to give the answer, correct answer for this question. I hope all of you will be able to give an correct answer for this question. All of you give your answer. Let me It is a kind of quiz now based on all the 50 questions and the video lectures that you've seen for that week 5. So let's see how many of you are able to give correct answer now. Payal is mentioned B, Sarajji has mentioned B. So most of you, I think, till now they have not understood the concept of filtration trench. So B is the right answer as mentioned by Sarajji and Shashidhar. So can you explain to the others who have answered D or A? Anyone of you?
Rockfill trench will control the runoff, the stormwater runoff, and at the same time it will hold, filter and hold the runoff water, and it will control the. If it is not there, then the stormwater will, along with the sand, or that will go with the water.
Yes, actually, this is rock fill thing I missed. The thing is here, sir, it is as written here, the rock fill trench that holds stormwater. Holding is a different thing, and filtering down to the base layer is different thing.
And you have to choose the most appropriate
Yeah, sir. Actually, I
option.
missed the in option A. I didn't see rock fill thing, so it was in option B. That was my mistake, but still, sir, holds stormwater runoff actually thrown me off from that option.
So this infiltration trenches is designed to capture storm water only, and
Yes, sir. But
yeah,
yes, sir.
Actually,
and to allow
actually,
it to slowly infiltrate into the ground.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, the
actually,
holding thing is actually thrown me
yeah,
off.
yeah. It is not holding storm water, but it is holding storm water runoff.
Runoff.
It is holding runoff.
Okay.
Is it clear now?
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So
That
let's
is why this question formation is sometime question itself.
Yes.
so
There's the
this
thing.
yeah, this was directly asked in the previous year assignment. So this rock filled trench can also be identified from the word rock filled trench,
Yeah,
or
sir. Actually, I
as
missed that thing. Yeah.
okay. So let's move to the next question without wasting much of the time. Here is the next question, question number 5 that was asked in the previous year assignment. Try to give answer to this question also, all of you. Urban green spaces are generally cooler than urban spaces with hard surfaces and no vegetation because of. So all of you try to give answer to the question number 5. Then we will be left with only last 5 questions for today's session. We will be ending the session. We see how many responses I have received. Okay, so this question is clear to all of you. All of you have given the similar answer and the correct answer. That is option number A. The transpiration and setting effect on ground. It is clear that whenever there will be vegetation, it will be helping us in cooling the urban green spaces through transpiration, which is also called as water release, and by providing the shade or reducing the amount of heat absorbed by the ground. So this cooling effect makes green spaces cooler than areas with hard or non-vegetated surfaces. So option B is the right answer, and all of you have chosen the correct answer for that one. Let's move to the next question, that is question number 6. Here is question number 6. Try to give answer to this question also, question number 6. Microclimate of a city is generally the climatic condition of. So I received one response. Others also try to give answer. Whether the first 1 meter above the ground surface, or option B, exactly at the ground surface, or the first 100 meter above the ground surface, or at 1000 meter above the ground surface, which is the correct answer. So till now, how many of you have given the answer? C, C. What about others? Others also try to give their answer. Here is the question. It was directly asked in the previous year. If you are able to give answer to these questions, it means you have understood the lectures and concepts very well. So give your response. What will be the right answer? Can anybody tell?
Option C.
Yeah, option C is the right answer. The microclimate of a city is defined by climatic condition in the first 100 meter above the ground. This layer is most directly influenced by the built environment and human activities and affecting the temperature, wind, and humidity. That's why option C is the right answer for this question number 6, which was asked in the previous year. Can we move to the next question, question number 7? If everybody is
Yes,
okay,
sir.
okay. Then here is question number 7. Urban surfaces absorb more heat than vegetated surfaces during the day and release this energy at night, creating a dome of warmer air at night. Is it true or false? Okay, so these all the things we have discussed. So now you can answer these questions. It is true, and urban surfaces which are made up of asphalt or concrete, they absorb significant amount of heat during the day and releases it at the night, and it is contributing to the urban heat island effect. So this phenomena results in the higher nighttime temperature in urban areas compared to the rural surroundings. So it is clear to all of you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then let's move to the next question, question number 8. Here is question number 8. Impervious surfaces are the surfaces which have a perviousness of dash. It is fill in the blanks type question and promote runoff of water instead of infiltration into the surfaces. So what will be the correct answer? Most appropriate answer for this question based out of the four options. Try to recall the data of the impervious surfaces and give your answers. So what is the right answer for this one? Which surfaces can be called as impervious surfaces? as per the definition. So I have received two options. So try to see all the other options. Option A 0. Now I have received three answers till now. Others also try to give their answers. So Abhishek Dubey is absolutely right that the impervious surfaces with less than 50% of perviousness do not allow water to infiltrate effectively into the ground. This leads to increased surfaces runoff, which can be cause flooding and reduce groundwater recharge. So option C is the right answer for this question.
Th-
Is it clear? Is it clear?
Okay.
Okay. Then let's move to the question 9. Here is question number 9. Transportation plan for large development should consider, and for this you can choose multiple answers.
ABC.
It's A, B, C or A and C. What do you mean to say?
Okay, A and C.
Yeah, Abhishek is also right. So it's A and C. Yeah, Payal is also right. So for this question, two options are right. Large-scale developments will require a long-term transportation plan to ensure sustainable growth. Additionally, measures to reduce vernacular emissions are crucial for minimizing environmental impacts. So, based on that, the two options, as mentioned by all of you, these two options are correct, option A and option C. So, let's move to the final question of the day and the last question of the today's Week 5 problem solving session on course Sustainable Architecture, and try to see how many of you are able to give the answers to this question correctly. Here is the last question of the day for you all. Which of the following design aspect is not suggested to meet the public needs of differently abled people?
C.
A is not the right answer.
C.
Okay, so C is the right answer for this one because how many of you have answered C? Okay, so Cecil while all are going towards the right direction. C is the right answer because the steps with a riser height greater than 150 mm can pose difficulties for differently abled individuals, particularly those with mobility impairments. Instead, ramps, lifts, and other accessible features should be provided to ensure inclusivity. So that's why option C will be the right answer, which is not suggested to meet the public needs for differently abled people. Is it clear now to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So thank you for today's wonderful interactive session, and we had some healthy discussion also. So similarly, we will be doing our next session also in the next week, Tuesday 6 to 8 p.m.